The Glendronach aged 21 years Highland single malt Scotch whiskey. Worth the money? Stay tuned for the Whiskey Whistle. Greetings everyone, Mark here on Whiskey Whistle, sharing some whiskey awesomeness on YouTube here in Winnipeg, the center of North America, bringing you Glendronach, the Glendronach Parliament, aged 21 years. How old? 21 years. It's 21 years old and it's been matured in Oloroso and Pedro Jimenez sherry casks. It's 48% ABV, unchill filtered, natural in color. So this is excellent, an excellent presentation. And this here in Winnipeg, where I am, was $215 plus tax. So I think that works out to right about $240 Canadian. And when you think about price exchange, the currency exchange right now, I believe Winnipeg pretty much has the best prices on the Glendronach, maybe in the world right now. So that's very interesting. I think we have about 100, maybe 100 bottles left, which is pretty good. And one question that I have is, now this is a 2018 release. This means that it's 22 or 23 years old at bottling date of 2018, May 16th. Anyway, so it's 23 years old due to their distillery shutdown period in the 90s. Now, are they going to release 2019? Are they going to release 2020? I wonder if 2018 was the last year for this and they may discontinue it like others soon. Or maybe 2019 will be the last year. And then there will be a brief period from 2020 until 2020, I think it's 2023 or 2024, maybe 2024, when it becomes a true 21-year-old again. Now, if you're wondering why this is already down so low, that's because this was the first bottle for the Winnipeg Whiskey Club. You can check that out, winnipeggwhiskeyclub.com. I'll put a little tag at the end of the video as I've done the last little while. So this was the first bottle, and we only opened new bottles at the Winnipeg Whiskey Club. Anyway, so eight cool people came to my house, and we talked about some sort of club ideas and what my vision of the club would be. We opened that. We also had some PX sherry first of all, so I thought that was a nice little bit of education, and then we enjoyed that together. We took some tasting notes and we gave it a whiskey score also. I'll tell you about that after I mention mine. All right, let's get that poured. Come on now. There we go. All right, nice clean cork. Get that poured. Now this is review number, that was a very heavy pour. This is review number 301. If you didn't catch review 300, that was Glen Grant, aged 18 years, the second best whiskey in the world, as awarded by the Whiskey Bible by Jim Murray. All right, so Glendronach Parliament, probably for many people one of the best Glendronach out there. Some people prefer the 18. Some people prefer the 15. It all depends on what you're looking for in your whiskey. Also, the 15-year-old was only Oloroso, so that offered a slightly different taste profile than either of the 18 or the 21. Now, let's check out the color first of all. After that, we'll look at the legs of Parliament from Glendronach. Then, of course, we'll look at the nosing, the palate, and the finish before giving it a Whiskey Whistle whiskey score. All right, so color-wise, we have a coppery hue, perhaps slightly rose, as a friend of mine mentioned. So amber, rose amber, or a copper hue. Somebody said mahogany. I don't think it's quite that dark, but you know, there's all different types of stains, so it depends on that as well. But anyway, very, very dark in color. And it's all natural, so that's awesome. All right, let's check out the legs of Glendronach Parliament. Okay. So what do you see there for legs? Very slow to start. Now this is higher ABV, so I would expect that it'll be slow to begin. But it's just very, very, very slow altogether. Extremely slow. In fact, these might be some of the slowest legs I've ever seen. You can see just a few starting right there. That's pretty amazing. So I'm going to tell you that I'll expect a very full, very rich, thick mouthfeel. All right, so on to the nosing. Now, right off the bat, you get all kinds of dried fruits. And this was opened literally 2 days ago. So it's new. It's had a little bit of time to oxidize. And that's done some nice things for this. I prefer this now as opposed to that first day. Okay, now I'm going to let that sit for a little bit because it really should sit for, 20 minutes. I think we're not going to have time to wait that long. So, well, tell you what, I'll let it sit for a while and I'll come back and I'll cut the video right here. All right, see you very soon. All right, we're back. Now let's check out the nose of Glendronach Parliament. We'll see how that's doing under this whiskey hat here. Just such a huge nose. There is cherry tobacco. There's all kinds of dried fruits. In fact, when it was first opened, I didn't really get the raisin, prune, fig type of nose. I'm definitely getting some prune here now. Manuka honey. Not really raisins. Prunes, yes. Cherry, tobacco, absolutely. Maybe plum tobacco as well. There's a little bit of cocoa powder on the nose. Tootsie Roll. Oh, that's nice. I'm loving this compared to when it was just open. So, in my opinion, you open that, try a little bit, and then let it air for a little while. Maybe leave the cork off for, let's say, half an hour or an hour. You won't lose much. Very minimal. Gorgeous. This is a supremely heady nose. Well, I'm ready to try that now. All right, cheers everybody, and cheers to the Winnipeg Whiskey Club. Cheers, guys and gals. Comes in very strong. Very strong. 48%. It's probably edging towards cask strength for a 21-year-old. That might be 51 or 52 at that age. Now, 21 years old, we should leave it 21 minutes in the glass before we try it. We should hold on to it in our mouth for 21 seconds. 1 minute in the glass for every year. 1 second on the tongue for every year of age. All right, let's try. Now I'll try to hold it for 21 seconds. Very, very strong. Big juicy flavors. That tobacco, that cherry tobacco, definitely potent. Prunes, cocoa powder, even on the palate. It is so potent. I think many people may enjoy that with a little bit of water added. Let me try that one more time and see if I can pick out some more flavors here. There are some tropical fruit flavors as well. Dried mango, dried prunes, yes. Very fruity, very dried fruity, dried cherries. Knudsen cherry juice. The 100% stuff. In some ways it tastes a bit like you are chewing on a cigar. You know, you maybe the light went out, it died out, and you've got that in your mouth, and it's just sort of wetting and wetting as you're mowing your lawn or whatever you're doing. Then you stop and light it up again. You get a little bit of a moister type of smoke coming in from that. Now, don't forget when you're enjoying your whiskey just to look at the glass and see what's going on there. The finish, of course it's long. It's very long. It is dry. Dried fruits. That cherry carries on. Bit of brown sugar. All right, let's add some water. I will add 1 of these. That's about 1.1 milliliters. Let that mix up. Now, have you tried Glendronach Parliament age 21? 21 years? If so, leave me a comment. Tell me your thoughts. Include your tasting notes if you can. I'd love to hear from you. And if you have a question for me at all about, let's say, Winnipeg Whiskey Club or WhiskyWhistle on Patreon, patreon.com/WhiskyWhistle, what I'm going to be doing with those funds, you can certainly ask me. If you'd like to know what some of my favorite whiskeys are of late, feel free to ask. Okay, let's see here. On the nose, it's much drier now. Tropical fruits now on the nose. Again, that dried mango. maybe even a little bit of dried pineapple. This would likely be a mix of European oak as well as American oak. And then you stick your nose in there, you just get these beautiful wafts of that cherry tobacco or cherry conserve type of a scent. Okay, onto the palate now with water. Cheers again, everybody. I'm getting close to the sweet spot. Much more well-rounded fruit flavor now. Brown sugar. Some vanilla extract. Something like, what kind of tea? A nice Korean black tea. You get wafts of that wood smoke coming through as you're drinking. Beautiful. Now those staves, of course, would have been toasted rather than charred. But you still get that little bit of dry wood or burning wood type of a scent in there, flavor. More of the same, a bit drier now, in fact. Interesting how that works. You get sweeter moments, you get drier moments. The finish, though, with water really opens up, bringing just a big pile of a variety of dried fruits on your palate. Even some dried apricot now. So dried cherry, dried prunes, dried plums, pardon me. A little bit of dried raisin, dried pineapple, dried cherries, now dried apricots. I'm just going to see what happens when I add just a little bit more. What I like the direction of this when I am adding water is especially in the finish. Also the nose. Even the palate is sort of nudging towards something beautiful. So that's what I'm doing. I want to see how close I can get to, I guess, what would be for me, maybe not for you, but the ideal flavor. It seems to really accentuate that cherry tobacco. I'm getting some sour fruit gummies here as well. It's also very earthy. It's also very ethereal. It's really taking over my whole respiratory system. Yeah, you know, you take it in and you breathe out your nose, and you're getting even more enjoyment with this. This is really interesting. Now, if you're a cognac lover, I think this is one you should try and go for. It's doing some similar things to the way I feel as with some XO whiskeys. XO cognacs. Very nice. And again, this is actually going to be 22 or 23 years old, according to when the distillery shut down and when it was bottled. One more taste. Those fruit gummies are really coming out with water added. Beautiful. Long finish. Fruity. Brown sugar. A little bit of vanilla extract in there. It is sweet. It is sour. It is dry. Very lovely. Very, very lovely. Okay, well, let's get on to the WhiskyWhistle whiskey score then for Glendronach Parliament, aged 21 years. What will that be? Well, folks, the WhiskyWhistle whiskey score for the Glendronach, aged 21 years, Parliament, aged 21 years, that is going to be 91 out of 100. Yep, you heard right. 91 out of 100 is the WhiskyWhistle whiskey score for the Glendronach Parliament, aged 21 years. Beautiful stuff. Now, I've had the 15, the 18, the 21 on the channel, as well as the 8-year-old Highland. That's way back a couple years now. They're all excellent. Now, of course, there's changes to what's going on there due to the new ownership with Brown-Forman. Brown-Forman, the makers of Jack Daniels. But they have an excellent whiskey personality looking after the blending, and that is Rachel Barrie. So Rachel Barrie is taking care of these things as they're coming out. This one, I guess she would have checked before allowing that to be released. She did an excellent job of that for sure. And again, I'm not sure if there's going to be a 2019. And if there's a 2019, I really doubt there'll be a 2020, because they'll end up putting 25-year-old whiskey into this 21-year-old label. So from certain points of view, that doesn't really make sense. They'd be better off to release a special edition 25-year-old Parliament. Call it Parliament. Parliament 25 special edition. That way people know that, okay, they're trying to use the same wood and everything, and it's just going to be older, and it'll likely be a little more expensive, as I think it should be. Anyway, those are just my 2 cents. Didn't break that. Nope, good. Hope you enjoyed that. Stay tuned for what's coming next. Something different. Probably not Scotch whiskey. So we'll see you then. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that little emblem right over here. Click the bell so you're notified of the future Whiskey Whistles. Check me out on Patreon. Again, that's Patreon, patreon.com/WhiskyWhistle. Whiskey with no E. Whistle at the end there, all right? In fact, I think I've changed that to Whiskey Whistle Crew. 3 words, Whiskey Whistle Crew. check that out. Join the crew. Take care, everybody. Goodbye now. Thanks for watching Whiskey Whistle. Be sure to subscribe, and don't forget to give this video a like and leave a comment down below. Be sure to stay tuned next time to join me, the host of the show, Mark, as I explore more whiskeys with you. Take care now, and we'll see you next time.